The McClendon Report, Books and Consulting, Ask or Ask, Donda's Rules, the scholarly works of Dr. Donda West, and SUITUS. All available at McClendonReport.com.
Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. Teenagers dying in Chicago. Somebody has to do something, and Father Pfleger is flying United States flags upside down in front of his church. Is he right? Is he wrong? Or trying to get us to pay more attention to the murder rate of young people? Joining us now by phone is St. Sabina's social justice soldier, Father Michael Pfleger. Father Pfleger, how are you this evening?
I'm fine, Gerard. How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. You know, a little frustrated, though. These children are dying by the day.
Absolutely.
And come on, Father, you're flying flags upside down. Come on, isn't that sacrilegious? Isn't that ludicrous? Come on now.
Not a bit, Gerard. In fact, you know, as you know, for the last number of years, we do rallies, do marches. We go into the schools and talk with parents. We've gone to Springfield, gone to Washington. We're trying everything we can to bring attention to the fact that our children are dying. This is a national disaster in our country. This is an emergency in our country. I watched 3 weeks ago, Gerard, how this whole country came together in 48 hours to deal with the swine flu. Every school child in the entire country was given information to take home. Every news station, every agency concentrated on the swine flu possibility that it could harm people. I want the same kind of American response to killing going on in the streets. 36 children and public school children that we know of who've died this school year. That's not counting of gun violence. That's not counting all the other things children died of. 250 young people went through Stroger Hospital in 3 months with gunshot wounds.
Whoa. Now, Father Pfleger, this is interesting. You bringing up H1N1, also known as the swine flu, because it's like when things creep into other neighborhoods and the suburbs.
You nodded right on the head, Gerard.
We pay attention. But when it comes to children dying in the hood, it's like, let's just feed them more drugs, feed them more guns, let them kill each other.
Hey, you got it right on the head, sir, because when the swine flu was a possibility to harm anybody in America, we became outraged as a country, and we reacted immediately. But this is a problem that's primarily, as you say, killing black and brown children, and all of a sudden we have amnesia. We step back. We say it's an inner city problem. To deal with the parents, deal with the adults, deal with the communities. This is not our problem. I thought we were the United States of America.
Yeah, you know,
and any problem that affects anybody in this country ought to be everybody's problem. And I have a right. That flag belongs to me as much as it belongs to anybody else. My father was a veteran who fought for that flag. My son was in the Army. I have a right to raise that flag and say there's a distress in this country.
We're going to shift gears right there, Father Pfleger. Hold tight. Joining us in CLTV Studio C right now is 18-year U.S. Army veteran Staff Sergeant Richard Kostelnik. Sergeant, your feelings about Father Pfleger's method. What do you think about this?
Again, Father Pfleger's cause, it's definitely something that has to be addressed immediately. It's a crisis situation. I see the assembly is using a comparison, comparing to the swine flu. He's 100% correct. Swine flu is possibly epidemic. His cause is also epidemic. I agree totally with it. The problem I have with it, being a 3-time veteran at this point, 200 years people have been flying that flag. To put that flag, using the flag as your cause, to get the attention based on that, I believe his method of doing it is wrong.
But, go ahead, I'm sorry.
It should not be flown upside down. It's showing disrespect to the military. Our men and women are dying overseas now, too. And there's nothing more they want to see is their flag flown the correct way, in the right manner. That's
a good point, Sergeant. Father Pfleger, a distress signal. Give us some definition here.
Well, Sergeant, the code of the flag says that when there is serious danger, we phone upside down when there's serious danger to life or to property. In my mind, 36 school children being killed and 250 with gunshot wounds in 3 months is a serious and danger to life. And sir, in all due respect to you, I mean, I don't understand how you're insulted by that, because this flag is a symbol for all of us. If I fly a flag upside down in a boat in the sea, we don't say, why is the flag upside upside down. We say, what kind of help can I come to the boat? If somebody calls 911, they don't say, well, let's decide why you're calling 911. They say, what kind of help do you need? This is the distress in our country. Our children are dying, and this is an emergency crisis. I think our country is in an emergency state. So it's no disrespect. It's just a matter of saying, help us.
So Sergeant, you think that there's a different way that he could get attention? What are you saying, Sergeant?
I'm saying I understand what he's trying to do.
Okay.
I understand. And he's using the comparison. If we fly a flag upside down on a boat or something, you're not using a U.S. American flag. That's the point. It's the point of the flag. I understand the statement.
Okay.
But it's the point of the meaning behind the statement.
Yeah.
There's other ways of doing it. And that's what you need to research, is the other ways of doing it. Because I'm not finding it insulting. I'm finding it disappointing.
Well, but Sergeant, my question, I guess, is number one is that I can understand and respect you disagreeing with me, but to say that I don't have a right to do it or it's disappointing to do it, I think that U.S. flag represents freedom for everyone to speak and to say who we are. That flag, I respect the flag, but life is sacred. And if, in fact, our Constitution and the code of the flag says that an upside-down flying the flag sounds a message of alert, sound the alarm, serious danger to life or property, does that not fit if we have children dying across our country of serious danger?
Hey, Father Pfleger, I'm going to let you go right now. Go ahead and give me a last comment, and then we're going to have you finish up.
All I'm asking for is across this country that we realize that they don't get caught up with the flag. Caught up in saying if the flag is up, somebody's yelling, help me. There's a cry for help. It's a cry that goes far beyond Chicago or Illinois. It's across this country. Help us save our children. Let's sound the alarm. Let's call the president and this administration to call together a task force to put out the same kind of energy that we did with swine flu. Our children are dying.
Okay, Father Pfleger, St. Sabina's Church, we appreciate you being on Garrard McClendon Live, my friend.
All right, my friend.
All right, take care now. Sergeant Kostelnik, hold tight. I'm going to go to break, and I'm going to come right back to you, and we'll finish up. Hey, hit my blog at www.cltv.com to comment on your flag-waving beliefs. You got my digits, 630-574-3232. Everybody in Chicago can give Brother Gerard a call. Welcome back to Garrard McClendon Live. I've got Staff Sergeant Richard Kostelnik with us tonight. Staff Sergeant, you said that you understand what Father Pfleger is trying to promote here. Give us some closing words on your thoughts.
Again, my closing words, and let me make it clear, I do support what Father Pfleger's doing. It's something that has to be done at a large level. However, the method he's doing it, taking a flag, he's using it as a distress signal to the country. He's correct in a way, but the distress signal that's being utilized is not correct. Our men and women are disappointed. That's the object they fight and die for.
Hey,
the flag.
Speaking of which, I got about 20 seconds or so. 3 tours? Come on, man. How can you be in 3 times? Tell us quickly what you went through.
73 to 75, 101st Airborne Recon, out 10 years, 85, 91, 12 Special Forces, out 10 years, volunteered after 9/11, got back called to Iraq and Afghanistan.
Staff Sergeant Richard Kostelnik, 10 Hut.
You too,
Thanks
sir.
for being on Garrard McClendon Live, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, take care now.
Yep.
Hey, Garrard McClendon Live is finishing up for tonight, but I can't say goodbye without saying hello to some friends of mine who are in studio. I had Tijuana, Genesis, Parrish, Jared, Roy, and Adrian in the house tonight. Hey, stay positive, keep your head up, and always be encouraged. President Todd Stroger has vetoed the sales tax bill. In a show of stern conviction, Stroger thumbs his nose at the commissioners and says, veto. He exercises his veto power to save $245 million from being cut, which could have possibly closed one of the county's hospitals. Is this a sound fiscal move on the part of Stroger or political suicide when he seeks re-election? Later in the show, Father Pfleger flies flag upside down for Chicago murder victim distress. We have veterans who think this is disrespectful. I'm still not eating dinner downtown unless you pay for me. Taxes are 10.25%. That's way too high. Tonight on Garrard McClendon Live. Welcome to Garrard McClendon Live. Stroger is in the zone tonight as he vetoes the sales tax bill. Keep spending big money in Cook County and you'll keep spending big money in taxes. Check out my blog today, which discusses my disgust with paying a fortune for taxes in the zip code starting with 606. I'm fed up. But President Stroger grits his teeth and he says, do you want me to close hospitals or lower the sales tax? Call me tonight and give me your thoughts on the Stroger decision. It's just not fair to blast and blame President Stroger. We must hear the rationale for his veto. Let's listen.
And, of course, the reasons I stated were 2 years ago, we had a deficit of $238 million. If we if we get rid of the sales tax now, we have determined that we will have a deficit of $245 million next year. So we really would just be stepping backwards, so we could be in the same trouble we were in before. And the next year after that, we'd probably be close to $500 million in a deficit. So that's not fiscally responsible. Mm-hmm. And the commissioners who came up with this and voted on it have no alternative plan. They don't know what they would do if we were $245 million in the hole. So this was not thought out at all. It's more of just a political effort, really trying to embarrass me in any way they can.
Okay, I'm not totally understanding what he's saying, but sounding kind of smooth, is it clear that Stroger refuses to be bullied and he frankly doesn't give a darn? Does he have concerns on losing support from commissioners? Let's take a listen.
People want to be sure that you can win. And I'm sure their fear is that the press is so against me that they're afraid. But I tell everyone, the only thing that I can do is the best job I can and to stick to some principles. Mm-hmm. And that is what I've done. And it is to help people, make sure that we give the services that we're supposed to, and really not play the politics that the commissioners want to play, and do what we're supposed to do. If we do that, we'll be fine.
Ooh, were you saying something? You can't tell me nothing, Todd Stroger. It's time we see that this guy is definitely being a boss. But can the boss with a lowercase b top the boss with a capital B? Stroger has opinions of Mayor Daley's desire for the appeal. Let's listen.
You know, I don't quibble with the mayor for needing revenue to run the city. Mm-hmm. And there's going to have to be something done at the state. I mean, the state has been running and pretending like there's nothing wrong for years, and it's really piled up. I think they're talking about $11 billion now. So they have real problems. But in that, I'm not going to be throwing stones at them, and I don't expect the same done of me, especially when we made a prudent decision that has turned out to be the right one as we've balanced the budget, and we really haven't gotten anything extra in times where people are people are getting laid off left and right. Mm-hmm.
Woo! Don't play with me. This cat Todd, he's a bad... I thought I was watching Richard Roundtree for a minute there in an episode of Shaft. But Todd Stroger refuses to be a blaxploitation movie. Let's hear what he says about his critics.
They can complain and get in the paper and get on TV shows and say the president's not doing anything, but no one asked them, well, what is your plan? How are you going to make the government run? So they've really gotten away with an $85,000 job where all you have to do is throw stones at the leader and not try to fix any problems that we have.
Woo, man, that's Todd Stroger, president of the Cook County Board. I'm going to take one phone call. I do want to give props to Mr. Cliff Kelly over at WVON for doing the interview with President Todd Stroger. Ms. Corsi, how are you this evening? Thanks for being on Garrard McClendon Live. What's your comment?
I would like to know how much money did Stroger save cutting his cousin's job and the young man that was going to get her job taken from her, and why can Why can't he take a furlough day?
Yeah, you know
And
what?
Mayor Daley, too.
You know what, Miss Corsi, I agree with you. And when Todd Stroger was on my show, I asked him 3 times. I said, can you cut any money in the budget? Miss Corsi, he did not answer my question. So you're simply just asking for his office to take some cuts as well, correct? Talk to me, Miss Corsi.
I sure am, because I had to move out of the state of Illinois to afford to live.
That's what I'm talking about. Miss Corsi, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. We appreciate you. You know, living in Cook County and shopping in Cook County can be hazardous to your health, because paying 10.25% on tax is ridiculous. I want everyone to stay with us. Still to come, your phone calls at 630-575-TALK. President Todd Stroger vetoes the sales tax bill. What are your thoughts? Saving hospitals or losing votes? Call me now. People kind of upset. 10.25%, I'd be upset too. Man, you spent a fortune in taxes. Hey, take Garrard McClendon to dinner in downtown Chicago. I might buy you a beverage, but I'm not paying for your dinner because the taxes are just too high. What are your thoughts today on President Todd Stroger's veto? Saving hospitals, saving his political career, or putting the board commissioners in check? Call me, 630-575-TALK. Hey, I'm going right to the phones. I'm going to DWAYNE first. DWAYNE, you are on Garrard McClendon Live. Talk to me, DWAYNE.
Gerard,
Yes,
how you
sir.
doing?
Yes, sir. Pretty good.
You know, I'd like to say, too, that, you know, he's just gone beyond anything that I could ever dream. You got a 10.5 to eat downtown. Oh, my God, you might as well just go on with the with the regime that he's been going with, just let it roll, just like he did with his cousin.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't go stop until it when it hits the fan.
Yeah, I feel you. You know, and imagine, DWAYNE, thanks for the call. Imagine purchasing something that costs over $300 or $400, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you spend $1,000 on furniture or on a plasma TV, you know, or any other item, you're gonna spend 10% in taxes? You gotta be kidding me. Let me go to Janice next. I'm upset already. We just started the show. Janice, thanks for calling Garrard McClendon Live. Talk to me.
Hi, yes. Hi, Gerard. My question to Todd Stroger is this. Todd, when you first was running for election, you had the support of me and many others. However, do you feel that you made some mistakes? And what do you plan to do to get voters like me to support you again based on everything that has happened?
Now, Janice, will you be voting for Todd Stroger in the next election?
Well, I was a great supporter of him, but however, I want to know, first of all, again, as you know, we make mistakes. Do you feel you made a mistake? And based on what he tells me, will dictate how I will vote. So I would like to know, you know, do you feel you made mistakes? And what can you do to put faith back into me and other voters who have supported you in spite of everything that has happened?
You know what, Janice? Don't go. Don't go. I want to ask you this. If I could ask, what is the closest hospital to your home?
The closest hospital to my home is Little Company of Mary.
Okay, okay. And
Trinity Hospital on the southeast side.
And which one would you go to if you get a cut on your finger or if something happens?
Well, if I get a cut on my finger, I'm closer to Little Company of Mary.
Okay, but if something serious happens, where are you going?
If something serious happens, I will probably go to Little Company of Mary.
Okay, okay, that's legit. Hey, Janice, thanks for the call. We appreciate you. You know, that's what it's all about. It's about understanding that you are a taxpayer and you need to demand your rights. I'm sick and I'm tired of people paying taxes, property taxes, sales taxes, and you don't call your alderman, you don't call your board commissioners, you don't call the president of the Cook County Board. You gotta be kidding me. You know what? Let me have the next caller on the line. You're on Garrard McClendon Live. What's your comment? Thomas, talk to me.
Hello, Gerard.
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, Thomas. I'm mad, but I'm doing all right. Talk to me, Thomas.
Yeah, I'd like to ask President Todd Stroger, how do we have the highest taxes in the state of Illinois, and that right across the border in Indiana, they don't pay these crazy type of taxes.
Right.
And they're surviving.
Yeah.
They're surviving, and they're doing good.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it doesn't make no sense for us to pay this kind of money.
You know
we
what?
already, I mean, the economy right now is already a muck.
You know what, Thomas? Hold tight, man. That's a great point, because in some of the collar counties, they're paying 7.25%, you know, maybe close to 8%. In Indiana, they're paying 7%. In Cook County, 10.25%. It's the highest tax, Thomas, in the country, man. Why do we stand for this?
We shouldn't. We might as well just move to Canada and pay all them taxes. You know, but it's a better quality of living.
Yeah.
We don't have a quality of living here.
Oh, man.
Look at all the foreclosures here in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And Cook County itself. You know, it's ludicrous. I mean, who's living in illusion?
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Thomas, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you calling Garrard McClendon Live. You know what? Let me go to break right quick. Hit me on Facebook right now at Garrard McClendon or Garrard McClendon Live, or you can Twitter me. Send me a tweet at GarrardMC. I'm reading comments during the show.
The McClendon Report, Books and Consulting, Ask or Ask, Donda's Rules, The Scholarly Works of Dr. Donda West, and SUCHUS. All available at McClendonreport.com.